On the afternoon of March 29th, Mr. Fasan Balak, Director of Thailand's Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, DDPM, provided an update on the earthquake situation and ongoing relief efforts. Mr. Fasan stated that the earthquake, with its epicenter in Myanmar, has impacted a vast area of Thailand, with tremors recorded in 57 provinces stretching from the north to the south, including the central urban region of Bangkok. Thai authorities have recorded a total of 56 aftershocks, ranging in magnitude from 2.8 to 7.1. Initial reports indicate damage in the capital, Bangkok, and 13 provinces: Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Lamphun, Lampang, Mae Hong Son, Phrae, Phetchabun, Sukhothai, Ayutthaya, Nonthaburi, Samut Prakan, Samut Sakhon, and Chachoengsao. Authorities have also confirmed 9 fatalities, 9 injuries, and 101 people missing as of this moment. Emergency disaster relief zones have been declared in 2 provinces, Pathum Thani and Phrae, as well as across all of Bangkok. Relief operations are underway in all affected areas, mobilizing the military, police, local administrative organizations, charitable foundations, private organizations, volunteers, and citizens who are actively providing support and assessing damage in accordance with relevant regulations. Meanwhile, researchers have identified a link between climate change and the increased frequency of earthquakes, raising the potential risk of devastating tsunamis that could threaten humanity. According to World Crunch, from 1900 to 1950, the Earth recorded an average of 3.4 earthquakes per year, with a magnitude greater than 6.5. In the early 1970s, the frequency rose to 6.7 earthquakes per year. Since the 2000s, this number has surged to over 25 earthquakes annually. In a study published late last year in the journal Seismological Research Letters, by researchers from Germany's GFZ Geoscience Research Center and the University of Southern California in the US, global warming is expected to trigger more earthquakes and even catastrophic tsunamis. Coastal regions, home to 40% of the world's population, including rapidly growing megacities like San Francisco and Los Angeles in the US, Istanbul in Turkey, Tokyo and Yokohama in Japan, and vast areas of developing nations like Myanmar, where the recent 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck, are particularly at risk. Climate change is also causing global ocean warming, accelerating the melting of land-based ice in Antarctica and Greenland. Scientists predict that if all land ice melts, sea levels could rise by approximately 70 meters in the long term. Bill Maguire, a volcanology researcher and lecturer at University College London in the UK, warns that the melting of Greenland's ice could release immense pressure. This pressure has kept volcanic vents sealed, and its release could trigger catastrophic underwater landslides off Denmark's coast, potentially generating massive tsunamis with the power to devastate humanity. According to AFP, the 7.7 magnitude earthquake in Myanmar caused damage not only in that country, but also sent shockwaves to neighboring nations, especially Thailand. Despite being about 1,000 kilometers from the epicenter, Thailand's capital, Bangkok, suffered severe impacts, with tremors strong enough to collapse a 30-story building under construction, trapping over 100 workers in the rubble. The primary cause is believed to be linked to geological features and construction techniques in Bangkok. Expert Christian Malagachukyi-Taipei from the Imperial College London's Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering explains that the city's soft soil was a critical factor in amplifying the tremors from the Myanmar earthquake. He notes that, although Bangkok is far from active fault lines, its soft soil intensifies shaking, particularly affecting high-rise buildings, during distant earthquakes. Additionally, common construction practices in Bangkok exacerbate the damage. Many high-rise buildings use a flat-plate design, where floors are supported only by columns without beams, a flawed approach that weakens structures and reduces their ability to withstand earthquakes. According to Malagachukyi-Taipei, this design tends to collapse brittly and suddenly under strong shaking, as seen in the Bangkok building collapse. Roberto Gentile, a disaster risk simulation expert from ICL, adds that this collapse is a worrying sign, suggesting that other high-rise structures in Bangkok may face similar risks. Rescue operations continue in the capital as authorities work to locate survivors believed to be trapped under the collapsed building. Photos from the Chatuchak district show rescue workers gathered around the base of the structure, while search dogs comb through the debris for over 100 people thought to be trapped. The earthquake on March 28th, with a magnitude ranging from 7.4 to 7.7, was the strongest to hit Thailand since the 1930 quake that killed around 500 people. More than 24 hours after the March 28th earthquake, which collapsed an under-construction government building in Bangkok's Chatuchak district, relatives of the victims remain at the scene, clinging to faint hopes that their loved ones will be rescued from the rubble. Meanwhile, tourists were forced to evacuate hotels and join throngs of office workers ordered to leave high-rise buildings in Bangkok's commercial district. At the time of the earthquake, a Malaysian man became a hero by helping an elderly woman escape down 40 flights of stairs during the powerful quake affecting Myanmar and Thailand. Specifically, on the afternoon of March 28th, Ken Han Min, 41, who lives in the tallest building in Nonthaburi, a half-hour drive from Bangkok, was on a call with his girlfriend when the earthquake struck central Myanmar, triggering aftershocks across Southeast Asia. Ken said, "At first, I thought I was dizzy from blood pressure, but then I saw the entire building shaking. Water from the rooftop pool was spilling down like a waterfall. It was unbelievable." Amid the chaos, Ken grabbed essentials like his passport and phone and rushed to the emergency staircase. While descending the 57-story building, he encountered an elderly woman and her daughter on the 40th floor struggling to get down. The older woman, who had a heart condition, pleaded for help. "She reminded me of my mother," Kane said. "I couldn't leave her there." Throughout the escape, he carried and supported the woman to ensure her safety. After exiting the building, Ken borrowed a wheelchair and pushed her to a safe location about 200 meters away. China's state television, CCTV, reported that several areas in Yunnan province, which borders Myanmar, experienced strong tremors, lasting at least 10 minutes. CCTV noted that the earthquake's epicenter was 294 kilometers from China's nearest border, causing intense shaking in Xishuangbanna, Dehong, Kunming, Lijiang, Baoshan, and Dali in Yunnan. Tremors were also felt in parts of Guizhou and Guangxi provinces in southern China. According to the Ruli City Emergency Management Bureau in Yunnan, the earthquake damaged homes and injured residents. Local authorities have deployed rescue teams, and response efforts are underway. CCTV reported that this is the 17th earthquake worldwide this year, with a magnitude of 6.0 or higher and the strongest recorded so far in 2025. Immediately after the earthquake, China's Ministry of Natural Resources Tsunami Warning Center assessed that it could trigger a localized tsunami near the epicenter. However, since the epicenter lies outside the Pacific region, it is unlikely to affect China's coastal areas. The 7.7 magnitude earthquake in Myanmar on the afternoon of March 28 caused noticeable tremors in several parts of Yunnan province, with Ruili, a city in the province's far southwest, bordering Myanmar on three sides, experiencing the strongest shaking. Following the quake, China's Earthquake Administration activated its extraterritorial emergency response mechanism. According to Xinhua News Agency, as of noon on March 29, Ruili authorities reported damage to the homes of 847 households, affecting a total of 2,140 people. Local officials have stockpiled over 12,200 tarps, 3,330 folding beds, 1,000 blankets, and 702 bags of rice, while assessing injuries, damage, and potential secondary disaster risks. According to SCMP, China's critical energy corridor is under close watch following the Myanmar earthquake, with aftershocks spreading to countries like Vietnam, China, Thailand, and Bangladesh. The quake has raised concerns about the China-Myanmar oil and gas pipelines, a flagship project in Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative. These parallel pipelines connect Myanmar's Kukfu and Sitwe ports on the Bay of Bengal to Kunming, bypassing the crowded Malacca Strait, and are designed to enhance China's energy security and diversify supply routes. Fan Shu, a geologist based in Sichuan province in southwest China bordering Yunnan, said the impact on China was minor, but emphasized the need to monitor seismic activity in southwest China. He added that the pipeline's impact requires evaluation based on disaster reports. Environmental expert Ma Jun in Beijing noted that concerns about potential damage are valid, and the project may need urgent monitoring, inspection, and maintenance to prevent secondary disasters. To assist Myanmar with earthquake recovery, a 37-member medical rescue team from Yunnan province, equipped with emergency search and rescue gear and relief supplies, arrived in Myanmar via plane. China's embassy in Myanmar issued a notice urging Chinese nationals there to take precautions against earthquakes and secondary disasters. Following the 7.7 magnitude earthquake on March 28, several buildings and a bridge collapsed in Mandalay, Myanmar's second-largest city, with debris scattered across streets. Myanmar's military government declared a state of emergency in 6 regions: Zayan, Mandalay, Mwe, Bargo, Ayan, and Naypyidaw. Images captured after the quake have left many heartbroken by the disaster's toll, particularly a photo of rescue workers attempting to free a mother and her child from a collapsed building in Naypyidaw, Myanmar's capital. Tom Andrews, the UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights in Myanmar, told Times Radio that this earthquake could be a disaster on top of a disaster. He noted that even before the quake, Myanmar was grappling with a severe crisis, with 20 million people needing humanitarian aid, 3.5 million displaced, and half the population living in poverty. Andrews stressed that the already dire situation has now worsened significantly. Myanmar frequently experiences major earthquakes, with at least 14 quakes of magnitude 6.0 or higher in the region over the past century. On the evening of March 29, Xinhua cited Myanmar's military government, reporting that the death toll from the March 28 disaster had risen to 1,644, with 3,408 injured and 139 still missing. According to CNN, on-site search and rescue efforts remain challenging. Survivors recounted struggling in the dark with bare hands to free those trapped under rubble, due to a lack of heavy machinery. Myanmar is believed to lack the capacity to cope with such catastrophic natural disasters following prolonged political instability since 2021. Experts warn that Myanmar may face more strong earthquakes and aftershocks in the near future, with disaster models suggesting casualties could reach tens of thousands. Regarding Myanmar's disaster recovery, on March 30th, a humanitarian and disaster relief team from Vietnam's People's Army will depart for Myanmar. At noon on March 30th, General Phan Van Giang, Politburo member, Deputy Secretary of the Central Military Commission, and Vietnam's Defense Minister, met to encourage the team preparing to assist Myanmar with earthquake recovery. On March 29th, following the Defense Ministry's directive, the Rescue and Relief Department, under Vietnam's General Staff, urgently coordinated with relevant agencies to plan and establish this 79-member team. It includes command, communication, and propaganda personnel, a rescue unit comprising search and rescue forces from the Engineer Corps and dog-handling trainers from the Border Guard Command, and a medical team. The force is led by Colonel Pham Hai Chow, Deputy Director of the Rescue and Relief Department. The General Logistics and Technical Department, in coordination with the Military Department, prepared personnel and equipment for rapid deployment. Agencies meticulously arranged technical gear, prioritizing versatile, portable equipment, and ensured robust logistics, supplies, and aid materials. The team emphasized coordination with international forces, local authorities, and residents, upholding the noble qualities of Vietnam's People's Army to leave a positive impression on international friends and Myanmar's people. The 7.7 magnitude earthquake centered in Myanmar on March 28 has killed at least 102 people and injured nearly 2,400 as of noon on March 29, with numbers expected to rise. Rescue operations will continue for days, possibly weeks. A volunteer rescuer in Mandalay told the BBC that he and local civilians were digging people out by hand after the devastating quake. "We're digging with our bare hands. It's not enough to retrieve bodies and those trapped under rubble," he said. "People are screaming, 'Save me, save me. I feel so helpless.'" He added that his team urgently needs machinery to reach those trapped. Another rescuer in Naypyidaw, who earlier saved 2 people from a jewelry store where 17 are believed still trapped, told the BBC, "We can only find people where we can hear them." According to Myanmar's state-run English newspaper, Global New Light of Myanmar, 5 cities and towns saw buildings collapse and 2 bridges fell, including one on a key highway linking Mandalay. Reports also indicate a dam in Mandalay burst, raising water levels in low-lying areas. Geologist Jess Phoenix stated that the 7.7 magnitude quake released energy equivalent to over 300 atomic bomb explosions and warned that aftershocks are likely to continue shaking the region. Phoenix noted, "The power unleashed by an earthquake like this is equivalent to about 334 atomic bombs."